this weird?
What?
This doesn't feel weird.
I know.
You're a really good kisser.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at male TV love interests who've stolen the hearts of their fan bases. We're sticking only to live action shows, so animated characters aren't included.
I was just wandering around everywhere, just looking for you.
Number 20, Eric Foreman, That 70s Show. Not many love at first sight moments begin with a character getting punched, but that's how Eric falls for Donna.
What are you looking at, String Bean? Wow, you're strong.
Unlike his male friends, Eric is interested in one girl and one girl alone. Sure, he and Donna break up a few times, but he never stops caring for her. As the resident nice guy, Eric's failings come down due to immaturity, never maliciousness. And when he messes up, he goes out of his way to win Donna back.
I can't believe you came here for me. Of course I did. Donna, I love you. And I have so much to say, but I just...
He supports her ambitions and respects her as a confident, independent woman. When it comes to the boyfriend department, you can't go wrong with good old foreplay.
What are you doing? Study break?
Number 19, Niles Crane, Frasier. From the moment he sees her, Niles' world revolves around Daphne. Calling him head over heels is an understatement. We'd say his heart and soul belong to her.
Madly, because you held me tight and stole a kiss in the night.
He might be unlucky in love. Niles' feelings for Daphne are as pure as it gets. He's willing to step back even if it means losing her.
That's crazy.
No, it's not crazy. If you feel the same way I do. But I need you to tell me. And I can accept it if the answer is no.
Niles sees the best in Daphne when she might not see it herself. It isn't just Daphne either. His marriage to Maris didn't work out, but Niles tried to keep it afloat.
I reached the front gate, and I was just about to ring the doorbell to ask her to let me in, when it suddenly dawned on me how many hours I have spent pleading with that woman through gates, through windows, through keyholes, and through transoms.
He doesn't give up on his relationships without a fight. Word of advice, if you've got a Niles Crane in your life, don't ever let go.
All right, let's go then. Fasten your seatbelt, Daphne.
Fasten yours, Niles.
Number 18, Leonard Hofstadter, The Big Bang Theory. Leonard is not immune to love at first sight. Hit by a Cupid's arrow the second he lays eyes on his neighbour Penny, Leonard even predicts their future together.
You're not done with her, are you?
Our babies will be smart and beautiful.
Leonard is a man who just wants to make his partner happy, no matter what. If that includes getting his pants stolen by her angry ex-boyfriend, then so be it.
I'm so sorry. I really thought if you guys went instead of me, he wouldn't be such an ass.
No, it was a valid hypothesis.
That was a valid What is happening to you?
He does trip and stumble on occasion, but Leonard is usually the first to apologise and accept responsibility. Whether it's Star Trek conventions, impromptu prom nights, or busting a move during karaoke, there'd never be a dull moment with Leonard as your boyfriend.
I was a little surprised when you decided to beatbox.
Oh, that was really an asthma attack. I just sold it.
Number 17, Patrick Brewer, Schitt's Creek. Some of the best relationships happen by accident. Patrick doesn't expect to fall in love when he meets David, but it turns out to be all he's ever wanted.
And now, here he is. The love of my life. Standing in front of me. And this just felt like the perfect place to ask you to marry me.
In a series full of charming storylines, he and David embark on a romance that will melt your heart. He accepts David for all his flaws and imperfections, encouraging his partner to embrace their love as he does.
Boy, don't you know you can't escape me? 'Cause you know you'll always be my baby.
With Patrick by his side, David can reach his full potential. The show matures under his influence as Patrick and David arguably become the A couple of the series until its conclusion. Big-hearted and kind, Patrick brings perfect balance to the wackiness of Schitt's Creek.
You're simply the best. Better than
Number 16, Corey Matthews, Boy Meets World.
The only thing that ever made sense to me was you. And how I felt about you. That's all I've ever known. And that's enough.
Corey represents growing up to many viewers in the 90s. One of the character's defining traits is his love for Topanga.
Liking someone else could never, ever take away from loving you. And I don't have to be afraid of what I feel about anybody else because I know that it could never take away from loving you. And I always will.
Enchanted by her at a young age, he wants nothing more than to spend his life with her. He doesn't always do right by Topanga, but this is part of becoming the best man he can be for her. As the audience surrogate, Corey teaches viewers to learn from their mistakes. And by the sequel series Girl Meets World, our young Corey has graduated from loving boyfriend to loving father and husband.
I'm giving you a chance to start over.
I wouldn't change one moment of anything we ever did.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's real good.
Number 15, Barry Allen, The Flash. Who doesn't like watching the hero get the girl? Ever since childhood, Barry harbours a long-standing crush on Iris. Although it's a while before they get together, his feelings for Iris are entirely unselfish. He'll choose a life of suffering if it means his significant other is happy.
And if I've seen weird before, it's just that this year has gone by really fast, and I guess I didn't realize how far along in your relationship you guys were.
In contrast with some other Arrowverse romances, Barry doesn't look past Iris, nor does he ever want to. He may have superpowers, but his true strength comes from feeling loved and wanting to give love in return.
Wherever you go, you'll always be Barry. And I'll always be Iris. And we always find each other.
Barry's relatability is one of his best qualities. In addition to being the fastest man alive, Barry might qualify as the sweetest man in the Arrowverse.
If we can stop evil time-traveling speedsters from destroying the planet, we can find a wedding venue.
Barry, our wedding is in 6 weeks.
It'll work out, okay? I would marry you anytime, anywhere.
Number 14, Pacey Witter, Dawson's Creek. Try as he might, we can't buy Dawson as the nice guy he thinks he is. On the contrary, designated bad boy Pacey is the more desirable partner.
Let's not forget who started this, okay? Let's not forget who pushed me towards Joey Potter in the first place. It was you! Yes, it was you, because you couldn't be bothered!
Because I didn't want to get hurt again, Pacey. I still had feelings for her. I still loved her.
Unlike Dawson, who spends a good amount of time emotionally manipulating Joey, Pacey genuinely cares about her. He's a bit rough around the edges, but Pacey has a pure heart underneath.
I'm not mad that you called me. I just want to know why you called me.
You were the first person that I thought of, Pacey.
And what does that mean, Joe?
It means that... I guess it means that I can talk to you and that you're there for me.
Where Dawson holds his relationships for granted, Pacey evolves because of his love for Joey. Willing to be the man Joey wants him to be, Pacey proves why you don't judge a book by its cover.
Permission to come aboard.
They can make him wise. They can drive.
Permission granted.
Number 13, Rory Williams, Doctor Who.
I'd forgotten how much I loved being her. Amy Pond in the TARDIS. With Rory Williams.
Initially meek and nervous, Rory proves his love for Amy in more ways than one. Dying and resurrecting multiple times? Check. Travelling across space and time to rescue his wife and child? Check. Punching Hitler? Yup. Rory's done it all.
Sit still. Shut up.
Amy's infatuation with the Doctor dissipates once she sees Rory's unflinching loyalty and deep capacity for love. It doesn't matter which world they're on or what period in time they're trapped in, Amy knows Rory will always be there for her. After all, how does anyone compete against a man who guards his love interest for nearly 2,000 years?
I waited. 2,000 years I waited for you.
No, so shut up.
And break. and breathe.
Number 12, Nathan Scott, One Tree Hill. It's hard to imagine Nathan as anything other than a jerk when the series begins, but as his relationship with Haley grows, it's incredible to see how much he changes.
You made it.
We made it.
The younger Scott sibling transforms into a caring, well-mannered person who prioritizes his family before himself. Maybe he just needed the right person to bring it out of him, as Nathan genuinely cherishes being Haley's other half. Even with several obstacles in their way, his main priority is to hold on to their relationship.
I was hurt, Haley, but I was still proud of you. Every day.
Nathan is the kind of guy who shows that love doesn't weigh you down, it only makes you stronger. If nothing else, it's hard to resist someone who doles out an absolutely swoon-worthy vow renewal speech like he does.
My love for you only grows. It's even stronger now. And our love will never waver. And this I vow to you.
Number 11, Jake Peralta, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
This is where we came the night I won our bet and you fell in love with me.
Jake.
The night that you flirted with me for 20 seconds and I became obsessed with you forever.
It might seem like Jake is always trying to rile Amy up. He ends up always trying to make her smile, initially considering her a rival. Jake can't help but develop major feelings for his co-worker. The audience probably saw their will they won't they match coming, but we still loved watching it happen.
Things are so good right now. I don't want to screw that up by getting transferred or becoming your boss.
Ames, I've always known you were going to be my boss. I mean, this is your dream from before we were dating. And yeah, things might change a little, but for the better, right?
Through his relationship with Amy, we see Jake as the warm and affectionate man he really is. Jake's happy-go-lucky nature complements his sensitivity. His unexpected gentleness is exactly what Amy needs. Having the personality of a grade A class clown also helps, as Amy never has any shortage of laughter.
She's a strong, independent woman and she don't need no man. That being said, I truly hope she says yes. But it's her decision, so just back off!
Aw, that was perfect.
Number 10, Mason Greyback, Wizards of Waverly Place. A purebred English werewolf with a heart of gold, Mason Greyback was Alex Russo's primary love interest from season 3 onwards.
And the moment I started, I couldn't stop. When I paint you, something just comes over me.
As a couple, the unconventional duo got into their fair share of adventures, and while Mason's wolfish tendencies had a penchant for causing trouble, Alex continued to love and support him.
It's a magic necklace. It only glows when you're in love with the person who put it on you.
It doesn't seem like it would be hard. After all, werewolves are known for their intense loyalty and protective nature. Tack on an abundance of British charm, and you have one TV boyfriend we definitely wish was real.
I think you dropped this.
No, that's not mine.
Yeah, I know. I needed an excuse to come and talk to you.
Number 9, Caleb Rivers, Pretty Little Liars.
I can't imagine my life without Hannah. I don't want to.
He may be a bad boy, but he's still a fantastic boyfriend.
Caleb?
You must have me confused with somebody else. My name's Romeo.
For 7 seasons, Rosewood's resident rogue toyed with Hannah's heart while simultaneously helping her and the rest of the liars deduce who the mysterious A was. Despite the endless waves of drama that Hannah inflicted on him, Caleb always stood by her side. Hell, he even took a bullet for her. Is there anything hotter than that? Caleb may not be as sweet or as funny as some of the other guys on this list, but that doesn't mean he has nothing to offer. In fact, many people would trade all the jokes in the world for a man as committed as him.
Most of my life, I have felt alone, even when I was with people. That was until I met you.
Number 8, Finn Hudson, Glee.
You're gonna get on that train, okay? And you're gonna go to New York, and you're gonna be a star. Without me. That's how much I love you.
Played to perfection by the late Corey Monteith, Finn Hudson was as likeable a character as you could find on a show that was absolutely filled with them. He underwent one of Glee's most dramatic character arcs, and in the process learned to be a better boyfriend and a better person.
You're like a beacon of light guiding me through the darkness. You're like this big gold star, and for some bizarre reason, you chose to let me love you.
Early on, he shows his devotion to Quinn when he promises to stick with her regardless of whether or not her unborn child belongs to him, and cements his loyalty legacy when he protects Rachel from Brody in season 4, despite the two being broken up.
Stay away from my future wife!
Oh, and he can sing too. Enough said. Number 7, Stefan Salvatore, The Vampire Diaries. Damon might be some fans' favourite, but a good love interest he is not. In contrast to his brother's tendency to self-destruct, Stefan is far more in tune with his emotions. Stefan represents the battle between vampirism and humanity.
You changed everything for me, and you quite literally saved my life. I love you so much. Which is why I can't wait to find out what new life you've chosen for yourself.
His relationships with Elena and Caroline portray his willingness to give love a chance. He struggles with his monstrous instincts, but his heart tends to triumph in the end.
You're a control freak who's lost control. I feel the same way when I'm around you. That's what falling for somebody is. It's being vulnerable.
Stefan becomes Caroline's emotional rock, remaining the one person she can turn to. Their chemistry blossoms into a love that's true in every sense of the word.
Means I get to grow old with my best friend. Means I get to help my wife raise her 2 beautiful children and their children after that. Means I get to fight to be the man that you deserve.
Number 6, Nick Miller, New Girl. Nick may be a boy trapped in a man's body, but that doesn't do a thing to diminish his boyfriend appeal.
I just want to have a weird, wonderful life together. I want to get married and I want to take care of you.
As Jess's boyfriend, Nick can at times be a little hard to pin down. He's clearly still trying to balance his partying lifestyle with the strains of being in a committed relationship. With that being said, Nick always ends up putting Jess first, caring for her when she's sick, making her laugh when she's upset, and serving as her trusted companion for all 7 of the show's seasons.
It just sucks, you know? Yeah. Life sucks.
He may be a little rough around the edges, but he's all heart on the inside.
This is the coin I had in my pocket the first night we kissed. And I always have it.
Number 5, Jim Halpert, The Office.
I love it.
Really?
Harvey, you bought me a house.
Oh my God.
You bought me a house.
Yeah, I did.
For most guys, working 5 feet away from their girlfriend isn't an ideal scenario, but as he proved throughout his time on The Office, Big Tuna is not like the other 9-to-5ers. In fact, he's a boyfriend extraordinaire. For Jim, Pam isn't just his girlfriend, she's his everything.
Not enough for me. You are everything.
He needs her close by at all times in order to feel comfortable. Not in a weird stalker kind of way, but in an I sincerely love the crap out of you kind of way. He'll do anything for her and never fails to cheer her up when she's feeling down. He's thoughtful, caring, patient, and handsome. So pretty much the total package.
The boat was actually Plan C, the church was Plan B, and Plan A was marrying her a long, long time ago. Pretty much the day I met her.
Number 4, Chandler Bing, Friends.
While Monica and I were dancing to them, it was the first time I knew that you were the woman that I wanted to dance all my dances with.
Chandler and Monica's relationship is one of the best in TV history. But long before he was making her happy, he was doing it for a host of other women. Okay, it wasn't that many, but Chandler was always a good boyfriend, whether it was with Kathy or everyone's favourite loudmouth, Janice.
Wait, there's more. See, the contact papers to go in your brand new drawer.
He may not have been the sexiest boyfriend, but what he lacked in superficial qualities, he more than made up for with his compassion, sense of humour, and loyalty.
So they can say that you're high maintenance, but it's okay because I like maintaining you.
Chandler always managed to go above and beyond for his lady friends, and this has, unsurprisingly, led to him being regarded as one of TV's best BFs.
You make me happier than I ever thought I could be.
Number 3, Aiden Shaw, Sex and the City.
I love you, Carrie. There's no one I could love more. I want to live my life with you.
When it comes to Carrie Bradshaw's primary love interests, Aiden Shaw is Mr. Big's polar opposite in almost every conceivable way, which naturally makes him the ideal boyfriend.
For the first time in my life, I was in a relationship where absolutely nothing was wrong.
Aiden is considerate, emotional, and there for Carrie when she needs it most. He isn't likely to be out on the town every night of the week. Instead, he's the kind of guy who'd like nothing more than to cuddle up with you on the sofa with a good movie playing in the background. He's also good with his hands, which can be useful in all sorts of situations. Just saying.
What the hell is wrong with you that you're not married?
Number 2, Ben Wyatt, Parks and Recreation.
I am deeply, ridiculously in love with you. And above everything else, I want to be with you forever.
Parks and Rec featured not one, but 2 incredible boyfriends. And while Andy Dwyer's heart and charisma are tough to match, we think that Ben was the real hero on the show.
I love you and I like you.
I love you and I like you.
He stood by Leslie through thick and thin and was man enough to put his own romantic plans aside so that she could pursue her political dreams. That's something very few real-life dudes would even consider. Of course, selflessness is far from Ben's only admirable trait. He's also funny, down to earth, and always ready to mix things up in the bedroom.
What's that?
No, not sexy. Failed experiment, take it off.
If only he was real.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Marshall Ericson, How I Met Your Mother. Marshall Ericson is a god amongst men when it comes to pleasing his life partner Lily.
Night, night, Lily. It's time to go to bed, oh my silly little Lily, time to rest your little head.
He's gotten into fights for her, cut off his hair for her, even served as a nude model for her. He puts his childhood dream of being an environmental lawyer on hold just so that he can support her in the way she deserves.
But you want to be an environmental lawyer.
Yeah, you know, and I also want to be a Harlem Globetrotter and get paid in candy.
He even goes out of his way to mend Lily's relationship with her estranged, admittedly crappy father. In the words of Vanilla Thunder himself,
I'm a good boyfriend in my sleep. I can rock a killer foot rub with one hand and brew a kick-ass pot of chamomile in the other that would make you weep.
Boom. Which TV boyfriend makes you weak in the knees? Let us know in the comments.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.